Does walking down the street on a phone seem racist to you? One writer seems to think so, calling out white women. His name is Greg Howard, writing in the New York Times, quote, "White women are in my path. They almost always continue straight, forcing me to one side without changing their course. Why only and specifically white women? Do they refuse to acknowledge me because they have been taught that they should fear black men and that any acknowledgement of black men can invite danger?" Well, here to react is Rasmussen Report's political analyst, Amy Holmes. So, Amy, if he says that all white women in New York are racist, that is a generalization. So is that racist in and of itself?
Indeed, it is a generalization. When I first read this, I just thought, how did this self-absorbed race-baiting prattle make it into the New York Times? I mean, Jane Goodall, he's not. This is not incisive social commentary here. And when he says white women, does he mean young white women, old white women, foreign white women, local white women in Soho, white women on the Upper West Side? I mean, white women on escalators, white women in hotel lobbies. The whole thing was so completely absurd. I thought this is probably something you'd read on a college blog or possibly The Onion.
If you're the editor of New York Times and your employer writes something like this, that is such a big generalization,
right?
What do you, as the boss, what do you do?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't have allowed it into print. I think is the first thing. And, you know, secondly, I would actually send him out to report. You know, not just to stare at his navel and write an essay that he should have posted on Facebook.
Okay, Joy Villa, she's the singer. She wore that Make America Great gown. We remember her. She has a soundbite, and I think we have a quote. Can we put that up on the screen? Do we have it? Oh, we have a tweet of her. Can we put it up on the screen, please? Because I don't have it in front of me. Okay, here it is. "A gentleman would not let women have right-of-way, not play victim." So she says he's playing the victim card. Do you agree with that?
Well, I also was wondering, you know, what about chivalry of, I'm kind of old-fashioned. I think that actually men should give you the right-of-way. But Ainsley, when was this idyllic time in New York City where everyone was polite to one another as they're passing one another on the street? New York City is a very busy, bustling, populated city. We've all had the experience of kind of being shoved to the side, and frankly, I don't think it has anything to do with race.
Well, as a white woman in New York, I have a message for this reporter.
Okay. Yes.
I love you. I am not racist. You can't generalize all white women. I wish you the best. I'm sorry you had that experience.
You know what? I'm actually sort of concerned for this writer that every time he leaves his apartment, it is a minefield of white women, apparently. I mean, this must be psychologically exhausting.
Thank you, Amy.